Hello students, in this video of English literature, today we will continue the same chapter, Merrylegs. Okay, so now I am reading. When they seem frightened or a little unsteady on my back, I go as smooth and as quiet as old Pushy when she is afraid after a bird. So here Merryleg is talking about the two little girls of the house, that when they seem frightened or a little unsteady on Merryleg's back, Merryleg, for making them comfortable on his back, he goes as smooth and as quiet as a old Pushy when she is after a bird. When they are all right, I go on again faster. When they are again comfortable or settled on Merryleg's back, he again goes faster. You see, just to get them used to it, just to get the two girls used to the riding on Merryleg's back. So don't you trouble yourself preaching to me. So now here Merryleg is telling that don't you trouble yourself lecturing on me. I am the best friend and the best riding master those children can have. So Merryleg here is telling that Merryleg is the best friend of the two girls and best riding master that the two girls can ever have. It is not them, it is the boys. The problem is not about the two girls, the problem is about the boys. What is the problem? Now Merryleg will also describe that. Boys, said Merrylegs, shaking his men. So Merryleg shook his men and told that the boys are quite different. Those little boys are quite different. They need to be taught just what is what. What is the meaning of what is what, students? What meaning of what is right. So Merryleg wanted to teach them what is right. The other children had ridden me about for nearly 2 hours. That means one of the children had ridden Merrylegs for about nearly 2 hours. And then the boys thought it was their turn. And so it was, and I was quite willing. So other children of the guest ridden Merrylegs for nearly 2 hours. After them, the turn of the two boys came. Okay. And I was quite willing. And Merryleg was quite willing. Merryleg wanted the two boys to ride on him. They rode me by turns and I galloped them about up and down the fields and all about the orchard. So by turn, that means one by one, the two boys rode Merryleg and Merrylegs galloped them about up and down the entire field and also the entire orchard. Okay. For a good hour. That means for a good hour means for complete 1 hour, Merrylegs carried the two boys one by one on his back. They had each cut a long hazel stick for a riding whip and hit me a little too hard. They had each, that means the two boys, they cut a long hazel stick. Stick. What is the meaning of hazel stick, students? Stick from the hazel tree. Hazel is one of a tree. From the wood of the hazel tree, they cut a long stick and they used it as a riding whip. Okay, for hitting the horse. Riding whip means whip is it is kind of a stick, long stick for hitting the horse. The children, the two boys used it and hit me a little too hard. But they have not realized that they have hit Merrylegs a little too hard. But I took it in good part. But Merrylegs also tolerated it. Merrylegs also tolerated it in a good way because he thought that they are little children. They are not able to understand that they are hitting Merrylegs too hard. Because they are children, they are not able to realize that. Till at last I thought we had enough, so I stopped 2 or 3 times as a hint. But at last, when they are not getting out of Merryleg's back, so for a hint, because Merrylegs wanted to give them a hint, that is why Merryleg stopped for 2 or 3 times. Boys think a horse or pony is like a steam engine. Again, Merrylegs is speaking here. Merrylegs is telling here that boys think a horse or pony is like a steam engine. It is like a robot and can go on as long and as fast as they please. Boys forget that they are also animal. They also feel pain. They also can be tired. They are not like steam engine. They are not like robot that they can go as long and as fast as they please. They never think that a pony can get tired or have any feelings. They never think that the pony, the horse, can also be tired, or he or the pony or horse can also be tired or also can have some feelings. So as the one who was whipping me could not understand, I just rose up on my hind legs and let him sleep off behind. So as the little boy who could not understand that Merrylegs is feeling bad, Merrylegs is getting tired, that is why he just rose up on his hind legs. That means up front legs. What is the meaning of hind legs, students? Front legs. And let him sleep off behind. That was all. He mounted me again, but again the little boy ride on him, and I did the same, and he again just rose up on his leg. Then the other boy got up, and as soon as he began to use his stick, I laid him on the grass. Then again the other boy got up on Merrylegs, and as soon as the other boy started using his whip, the stick, he again laid him on the grass. That means he again threw him from his back on the grass, and so on till they were able to understand. That was all. So till they were able to understand that Merrylegs is not willing to ride, not willing anyone to ride on him, they were again and again trying to ride on him, and Merrylegs is again and again throwing them carefully on the grass, because Merrylegs wanted to teach them a lesson that he is tired, he is not willing anyone to ride on him. They are not bad boys. They don't wish to be cruel. I like them very well, but I had to give them a lesson. Merrylegs is again here mentioning that they are not bad boys. They don't wish to be cruel, but I wanted to give them a lesson that animals can also be tired. They also have some limits. So you should understand when to get off from my back. When they brought me to James and told him, I think he was very angry to see such big sticks. So when they brought Merrylegs to James, the stable boy, James also got angry after seeing the big stick in the hand of the two boys. He said they were not for young gentlemen. He also told the children that these sticks are not for young gentlemen. You are children, you should not use this kind of big sticks. Okay, they are not for children. If I had been you, said Ginger, I would have given those boys a good kick, and that would have given them a lesson. Now Ginger is saying, if I had been you, that means if I was there in your place, I would have given those boys a good kick. Okay, from my legs. By using my leg, I would have given those boys a good kick, and that would have given them a bigger lesson. They have taught immediately, they have learned it immediately that what behavior they should do when a horse or any kind of animal is tired. No doubt you would, said Merrylegs, but then I am not quite such a fool as to anger our master or make James ashamed of me. So here Merrylegs is saying, no doubt maybe you would have done that, but I don't want to behave like this because I don't want to angry my master, or I don't want to make James ashamed of me. Besides, those children are under my charge when they were riding. So when they were riding, those children were under Merrylegs' charge. Okay, it was Merrylegs' responsibility. It was Merrylegs' responsibility to ride them safely. I tell you, they are entrusted to me. Why, only the other day I heard our master say to Mrs. Blomfield. So the other day, Merrylegs heard his master say to Mrs. Blomfield, to his mistress, that my dear madam, you need not be anxious about the children. My old Merrylegs will take as much care of them as you or I could. So the master of the house trusts Merrylegs very much. So here he told the mistress of the house, Mrs. Blomfield, that you need not be worried about the children. My old Merrylegs is very much trustworthy. I trust him very much. I assure you I would not sell that pony for any money. So he was telling to the mistress that I am assuring you I will not sell this pony for any money. He is so perfectly good tempered. He is a very good horse. He is very good tempered and very much trustworthy. Do you think I am so ungrateful as to forget all the kind treatment I have had here for 5 years? So here Merrylegs is again telling to Ginger that do you think I am so ungrateful that I will forget all this gratitude that my master has given to me in this 5 years. Merrylegs is working for his master for 5 years. Merrylegs is working for his master for how many years? 5 years. And all the trust they place in me and turn vicious because a couple of foolish boys use me badly. Because of the couple of foolish boys who use me badly, they are our guests. They are not from my master's house. They are our guests. Because one day some foolish boys use me badly. Because of that, I cannot be ferocious. I cannot be ungrateful to my master. No, you never had a good place where they were kind to you. And so you don't know, and I am sorry for you, but I can tell you good places make good horses. So he told Ginger that I know previously you were badly treated by your previous masters, but I were never at your place. And I can tell you that good places make good horses. I am always very much well treated by my current master. So I cannot forget the well behavior that my master has given to me. I am very much thankful to my master. I would not vex our people for anything. What is the meaning of vex? Annoy. I cannot annoy or I cannot irritate people for anything. I love them, I do. So who is he referring here? He is referring to his master and mistress. Merrylegs, did not want his master or mistress be angry, or he does not want to irritate them. He loves them, and he is saying that he loves them very much, said Merrylegs. And he gave a low ho-ho through his noise, as he used to do in the morning when he heard James's footstep at the door. And after his words to Ginger, after completing his conversation with Ginger, now at last he gave a low ho-ho-ho sound from his nose, as he used to do in the morning when he heard James's footstep, that means the stable boy's footstep at the door. So here the story ends. Now based on the chapter, I will provide you some question answers. You will solve it and upload it in Google Classroom. I am ending the video here. The chapter also ends here. Thank you, students.